Hey, Ben, and maybe Jan. I think you will be here. By here, I mean at Ben's by the time this is a thing on wherever I post it. Um, anyway, I already started a little bit of the night train, just because I was listening to Neutral Milk Hotel, and it was okay. Jeff Mangum is just like made for night train. A, just it's perfect, and B, that's what I was super drunk on when I saw him live. So now it just feels right. You know what I mean? Hold on, I'm gonna put my computer on something. A lot of noises, probably. Hopefully that fixes the problem. Okay. But here I am in my new apartment, I guess, that I'm living in with Gabby. It's really tiny, and it's gonna be adorable. I'm so excited because I love small spaces, so I don't even care that it's tiny. I'm gonna drink more Night Train. I love this stuff. I always forget how great it is. Apparently my landlord and his assistant are like always working on the house. And they're always outside. They seem pretty cool though. The landlord, never mind. This is gonna be on the internet. What was I gonna do? Anyway, I'm just unpacking. We finished the Ben Jones shrine, which right now looks like this. These are the things that we had. We have the cow painting, the picture of you, the Chile copper map, You Are Silly, written by you, one of your spoons, and then a lot of your glow-in-the-dark stars that I had. And then what's going on later is, sorry, the camera's probably really shaky right now. Ah! I have to super glue like a thumbtack to it though. But the pick your nose thing, and it's going to be on a thumbtack so you can like twist it around and make different noses out of him. You know, just for fun. Oh, and I have, also next to that hanging, I don't know if you can see it, Summit Northwest, just for you. I don't know if that's going to stay there. It might get really annoying being there. But right now it's part of the Ben Shrine, so it's there. And we have a small French refrigerator. I'm probably going to add something like kind of annoying to that. I don't know. I want to make it look like people are upset at it. You know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, the other good thing, globe lamp and moon lamp. Let's just linger on that for a second. First of all, globe lamp on. The camera doesn't show it very well, but moon lamp. Come on, moon lamp, turn on. There, it shows the phases of the moon. I don't know if you can tell that. It's better to see in the dark. Anyway. Earth and moon. How wonderful. And chili peppers. I'm going to put these up. Nutritional yeast. I don't know. I'm not used to starting these at the state of drunkenness, so I'm bad at like setting up a format, because the last one I did for you, I was sober when I started it, so it was a lot easier to just like flow with it. What I will say is that I finally got Still Life with Woodpecker back, my beautiful copy that's been read by everybody and is kind of a mess, but I love it. Got that back, and I'm reading it out loud to Gabby, which makes my life like amazing. My landlord also already gave me a plot on the garden. Like, we have a porch. I love porches. Like, everywhere I lived so far has had a porch, which is incredibly fortunate for me, because porches are one of my favorite things about living. Porch culture. That's the name of my blog, which I don't really do anything on, but whatever, it's still the name of it. Anyway, and then I get a garden plot, a huge garden plot, like right off my porch. That's amazing. I'm so excited. Yeah. Now, I don't know. Hey, Ben. And Jan. You're probably not gonna watch this long, but you should just, like, treat it like a movie. Like, make some popcorn, some, like, gin and tonics, buy, like, 5 bottles of wine and drink them together, and watch this, because it'll make me feel good about myself. Anyway, just to humor myself, I'm gonna continue going on. And what else? Oh, I have this really great salad bowl that I need to clean. Isn't that great? When Becca and I were on a road trip, we filled this at Capitol Reef National Park, best national park that has an orchard that you can pick anything in. We just filled it with apples and pears and had so many apples and pears for days, and then gave them to people who gave us a lot of food. And that's the way to live, let me tell you. There's a great apple tree across the street, I guess. And in the garden, there's already a bunch of kale and lettuce and chard and broccoli just growing that no one eats. And I'm going to eat it all. I'm so excited. Free vegetables. I can't wait. But the sad thing is, I forgot my almond oil at home. And so I have to either get some new walnut oil. Why did I say almond oil? Walnut oil. Or just, like, live without this being walnut oiled, which would make it a lot better. But what are you gonna do? I don't know. I'm not the girl to ask. Also, on our fridge, which you can see right there, just put that there. There's the record player, which seems awesome, but it's not working here. It, like, worked totally fine at my house, but it's not working here. And, it says it has a CD player on it. It has a little button if you want it to play CD. But I cannot find a CD player on it, and it's really annoying, because I brought all these CDs for it. But, whatever. I'll just listen to them in my car. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. But I totally am, and if this doesn't work, I need to get a boom box. Speaking of which, when I was cleaning out my, like, whole entire belongings of everything, I found this thing from, like, when I was, like, 12 or 10 or something, and it was, like, milestones of my life. And the only thing I had written down for age 9 was, got a cool boom box. So maybe that's all I'll write down for age 21 also. We'll see, I guess. Yeah. Not exactly nursing this. I have some really beautiful shelves set up. I could only bring so many books, but those are the ones I brought. Excuse me. Also, look how, like, cute and adorable my mom used to be. I don't know how well you can see this, but just know it's adorable. And Becca gave me this awesome pyramid, and I'm so into it. Rebecca Sullivan, you are the best. Shout out. Love you, sister. Anyway, I haven't eaten anything today, I just realized, so I'm gonna eat this apple. I keep on forgetting to eat. Yesterday I didn't eat anything until like 6. Now it's like almost 3. I still haven't eaten anything. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm too excited to be moving somewhere. No. So exciting. I'm gonna do something productive while I talk to you, I promise. I just need a second to think about it. This place was so messy when I came here. I cleaned up so much of it, but still not that great. Still a lot of messes to clean up. I just keep on drinking night cream. Oh my god. I just dropped my jar of nutritional yeast. You remember this. It's that stuff that we put on the kitchery. That stuff we made, remember? Or I made. You liked it. Whatever. It looks like fish food. It's delicious. Anyway. I just dropped it and almost broke. I'm really glad it didn't. I love that stuff. And Benjamin Jones. Like, if nothing else is the fire of my loins, you so are. Like, how else could I describe the fire of my loins without you? I don't know. Look at all my gross long hairs from when I was that douchebag girl who lived on Capitol Hill and, like, had a shaved head. It's been a while since then, and they're still kind of short. What are you gonna do? I'm still kind of sick, and I kind of have a rash from being, like, stressed out about moving, I guess. I don't usually get rashes, but it's been itchy, and I think it's, like, a stress itch. Whatever. Hold on. There's my phone. Whoa. Gary just sent me a really confusing text, and I don't exactly know what it means. But on my phone, it's... Oh, it just changed to 254. But it was 253, even though whatever you're looking at this on will probably show it backwards. Know that it was 253 right when I did that. Yeah. I missed Tacoma kind of already. I miss Henry. Henry had a soda interview yesterday. It went awesome, apparently. Good for him. Go, Henry. I'm so excited for him. He's the best. I took, like, honestly 0 sips on that, so I'm gonna... Oh my god, Ben. Okay, so, there's this thing that I was thinking the other day. That was the thing. And where? No. So I was thinking about you in terms of an animal. And obviously we have deer down. But I'm kind of wondering, I mean, deer might be your spirit animal, but maybe it's just your protector animal. You need to, like, open up to that idea. And, or maybe the animal I'm thinking of has something to do with something else. I don't know. But all I'm saying is I saw this duck thing that I have. And all I could see when I looked at that was your face. And so, I mean, only you can answer this. I'm not saying I'm an expert. But you should think about if, like, ducks have something to do with your identity. Either in a protective manner or in a spiritual manner. Because it might be that deers protect you and ducks are your spirit animal. It might be that deer are your spirit animal and ducks are protector animal. Or it might be that deer represent you in some way and ducks have nothing to do with it and this was just a whim I had. But it's worth looking into because I swear to God, all I saw was you when I looked at this. it might just have something to do with the aesthetic in general, but you should think about ducks. Just, like, do it for a second. And see how you feel. Search your dreams. Look in your dream diary. There might be something you hadn't noticed about ducks or some kind of water bird thing. It's just worth looking into. I had a premonition of sorts. Anyway. I have a lot of things to hang up. I'm gonna talk to you through the rest of this bottle. I'm gonna drink an entire bottle of Night Train, I promise you. The last time I had Night Train was when we had Night Train, and we each drank a bottle, and then, it was like last summer, in the beginning of summer, when you first got home, and, you passed out after we had, like, the best long walking conversation. Then we got back to my house and you passed out. And then the rest of the night was interesting. And that's when that happened. And Night Train. It's great. I want to say release, but you're taking, and I don't know. Anyway, I have a really cool scrunchie for my soccer years in. It has soccer balls all over it. It reminds me of Elliott Smith, so, you know. I kind of really want to listen to Elliott Smith while I make this video, but I don't know if it'll make it incomprehensible. But is it already incomprehensible? Like, how do I even know? There's no way for me to look into that. Except I'm looking into your soul right now. No, I'm not anymore. Sorry. Damn it! I haven't heard back about whether I get food stamps or not. I just want to get food stamps! Angry. I need to hang this up. It's upside down. But I don't care. I should just, like, pour a bunch of Night Train on my tongue. This is probably a lot more boring than the last video I sent you. I've been reading this new Tom Robbins book that I hadn't read before. Called, Half Asleep in Frog Pajamas. I'm sure you've heard of it, because it only has, like, 9 books. Anyway, it's really, really cool. It's one of the few books written in second person, and it's very confusing, sort of, at first. To be listening to the perspective of this woman who is, like, a Seattle financial advisor and, like, has a lot to do with Wall Street. And it reminds me a lot of my dad, so I feel like when I read it, I should just be, like, taking notes so I can talk to my dad about it. But it's about this fake, like, stock market crash, or maybe, I don't know. But it's supposed to be, like, the biggest stock market crash ever. But it was written, I don't know enough about business. You're a business major, so maybe you know. But it talks about this, like, big crash that happened, and I think most of it's fictional because it has to do with, like, this Japanese man who's visiting at the same time that, like, it crashes in Seattle, where she's from, you know. And it's really interesting, but she keeps on talking about the stock market and how she's, like, obsessed with the Porsche she just bought and, like, the condo that she has to pay off. And it's, like, the worst time for this to happen, but she just made a bunch of irresponsible decisions based on the idea that, like, you know, she was assuming that she'd be making a lot of money in this market, but then it crashed. And I'm really excited for what happens next. But I have mostly been reading it before bed, and then that makes it really easy to fall asleep, you know? So I haven't made it too far in because I keep on, like, falling asleep after a couple pages. I'm probably only on, like, page 60 or something. But it's super cool, and it talks a lot, at least enough. It talks definitely enough about pee smelling like asparagus, like the asparagus pee smell, which I actually didn't get. I didn't even notice recently when I had a good deal of asparagus one night. I had like a very good deal of asparagus one night before I left. And it was delicious, but I didn't even notice it in my pee. Maybe I should have. Would help me relate to this. Anyway, I can tell it's about to get really erotic, but it hasn't yet. And I don't know how the eroticism is going to play in with the plot. And that's always the point of a Tom Robbins book, kind of, like based on what I've read so thus far. Eroticism always has a big deal to do with the plot. And I need to finish more of his books because I'm halfway through probably like 4 of them, and I should just like finish another of them to see. There haven't been very many that I've finished. But it'll happen. I'm not worried about it or anything, because my New Year's resolution is to finish more books, because I'm probably halfway through like 15 books. Probably more actually, but at least 15. And so I'm gonna be that girl here. Now that I moved, I'm just gonna like make my reputation like that girl who's always reading, so that I have an excuse everywhere I go to be reading. And I'll just have a book with me and like read in a corner if I get bored at a party, because like, let's face it, parties sometimes suck. That's why, like, on my road trip this summer, every time I was at a party where I got really bored because, like, the people were the same as the last city I was in, then I would just embroider. And I got so much embroidery done. And people thought I was cool because I know how to embroider. Like, go figure. But it worked out. And so that's my plan here. So I'm gonna get more shit done because, like, Tacoma, don't get me wrong, it's the greatest city in the entire world. And I have no trouble saying that whatsoever. It's better than every other city that has ever existed. There's nowhere else I'd rather live. Except for that, like, my parents live there and it makes me lazy. So I just need to become a better person on my own. And then I will, like, exude that energy in whatever manifestation I choose, which will include my traveling collective, which I hope you'll join. Even though you're, you know, in France, whatever, you're gonna come back here, and you'll come back to join a traveling collective that goes around the United States and will stop in the best places and, like, put on circuses and stuff, and it'll be amazing. Oh my god. I can't even, like, begin to understand how this will go. All I need is to raise enough money, and, like, it would be cool if other people would raise money too, because, like, even though I'm the one whose brainchild it is, obviously I'm going to be raising a lot of money to go to it, but other people will be participating, so it'd be nice to have some investment from others as well. So just think about that, like, as you live your life. But, you know, it's not too big of a deal. So just keep it on the back burner. Keep it on the back burner and keep the back burner on. So in case it sets fire, you'll get enough insurance money off of it for it to be worth it. Deal. And I haven't been doing, like, anything since I talked to you. My whole plan was to do things while I talk to you. And it's been almost 25 minutes now, which is kind of a while. And I haven't really done anything, and I need to cut my bangs. But I'm probably going to wait till I'm not drunk to do that, because that cannot end well. My neck just cracked really well right there. I don't know if you noticed that, but it did. It was great. I loved it. Loved every second of it. Benny. This is weird. There's sounds I'm hearing. Like street sounds. Do you like the half of a tattoo I did? I might finish it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's half of a hexagon, which also means it's a disassembled triangle. But I don't know if I want to keep it a disassembled triangle, if I want to make it a full hexagon and like do other hexagons on it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but I really like it, and I might just keep it like that for a while. I don't know what that mark is right there. No, it's not there anymore. Woo! Half a hexagon. I love them. I love that it's a half a hexagon because it's like I started doing it on myself, right? I was like giving myself that tattoo, and then it was like, oh, we got a jet, there's a party somewhere, so I had to stop giving myself the tattoo. That just feels like so real life, man. Just like got a jet sometimes. I feel like I should keep it in memory of that. Like, don't hold on to too many projects that might not necessarily even be worth it if there are opportunities for living ahead. And not necessarily, I don't know. If you're gonna, like, stop mid-tattoo to go do something, it had better be worth it and not just be, like, an excuse to get really wasted and not remember anything. But it should also be, like, a point of exploration. Like, if I'm gonna stop mid-tattoo to go do something, then I should make sure that it's a thing that is really worthwhile to me. And I'm gonna hang up a poster right now, but I'm gonna have a little more night train. I'm kind of drunk right now. I've had that much night train, which I guess is a decent amount. I guess. Whatever. Make your own judgments. Please watch this whole video, Ben Jones, because neither of us knows what to come. Neither of us knows what is to come. Because I have no plans. I'm just following the drunken Kelly. I'm just trusting that she's a genius because I sincerely believe that. Sincerely. I know that I have enough good thoughts in my sober head to merit worthwhile listening to my drunk head. Maybe not, but I think so, and I believe so, and you are listening to it, so you believe so too. So, fuck that. I mean, like, you know what I mean. Okay. I just found some thumbtacks. Good for me, first of all, for bringing a lot of thumbtacks and, like, nails, and then in my other thing there's, like, a lot of screws and other nails and, like, hooks and things. I'm actually bringing everything worthwhile into the equation. And I'm very excited. And don't judge my hair because it's, like, really dirty. And, like, I don't think I've washed it in a few days. I don't remember exactly. But it's been, you know, whatever. And that looks weird. I'm sorry, I'm so vain. Oh my god, I'm so vain. Whatever. I have this thing, and I don't know if I should use... I'm going to use white, probably, because the background is white. So I need 4 white thumbtacks. And then I'm going to hammer in a thing of this picture of Mount Rainier that's so beautiful. I got it at a garage sale. So I get, like... I'm not wasting anything. I'm making better use. Fuck that! I almost fell over. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Ah! Okay. No. Damn. Okay. Sorry, that was... Fuck! It was really hard to pay attention to in terms of thumb cushioning. Push. Thumb... What are those called? Thumb push. Whatever. It's hard to keep track of, but I'm trying to. And I'm doing a pretty goddamn good job. I'm just pretty good at aesthetics. Damn it. Okay. We got it really well done. I'm the best at doing this. Okay, I'm sorry, that probably was a long time that went to doing that, and I apologize. Sorry. Benjamin. But what I can promise you is more visuals of me drinking Night Train. I was thinking about time traveling recently, and how it's way easier now that I've understood and become really into the song. In the year 2525. Anyway, that song, you know what I'm talking about. It's given me a vision for the future, and it's amazing what that can do. And I'm really excited about that. I was gonna go somewhere with this. Oh, how the way I've always imagined my future is kind of how that song plays out. And it's really bizarre that it could understand those emotions, back before things in the electronic and, technical world existed too much. That was made probably in the 60s at the latest. And it understood the idea of growing with your body and technical ideas existing beyond what existed in our collective psyche. I don't know exactly where I'm going. I'm too drunk to keep track, so maybe I should just have more. Benjamin Jones. Out of all the human beings I have met in my entire life, you are the one who is most worth keeping track of as far as building a shrine. There is no one else who I would rather build a shrine of than you. And I really mean that. You can tell because of the amount of Night Train I've had. If you knew, okay, you know that all of that Night Train has been consumed by me. And in vino veritas, Ben Jones. Everything I'm saying, I mean. And I mean it to you. And you are the greatest. And this was reminding me of when I was in Denver, and I kept on looking for a bar, and no bars in Denver are open till at least 4 p.m. It's not like Tacoma. There are not bars that are open at 6 a.m. because it's legal to serve alcohol then. You have to wait till 4 p.m. for any bars to be open. And so I just walked around Denver looking for things to do, and there were occasional things to do, but eventually I had walked so long that my legs, like it was such high altitude and I had walked for so long that I forgot about oxygen, and one of my legs just went dead, and I just had to drag it until I got to a park. And then I just sat at the park and I read Jitterbug Perfume, and I talked to Becca, and I just like sat there for a while, just being Denvering, and then I was like, fuck this, and I walked with a limp back to my stop. And then I went, anyway, that was the point from where I'm leaving you now to where I will begin again in a couple seconds was the weirdest, like, 29 hours of my life. And then I ended up at this bar eventually. It was like the next day. And then this guy next to me started talking to me about the Boy Scouts because I'm wearing a Boy Scouts uniform. And he started saying, like, it's too soon. There was just a big deal about Boy Scouts, like, talking to pedophiles in their community and getting rid of them. And, like, this one Boy Scout leader was a huge pedophile. Too soon. And, then I didn't do anything about that because I wasn't living in Denver. Like, fuck Denver. And there was this other place I was supposed to go that would have been really, you know, ish. But I couldn't find it. So I'm being so discreet right now. It's awesome. So then I just ended up calling everyone I know from Tacoma and, like, talking to them about what I was going through in Denver. And they're like, blah, blah, give me, like, generic advice about, like, how to deal with this, like, certain drama in Denver. And it was great. And then afterwards, like, I had, because I've already had a good rapport with Boulder and good rapport with, like, Oregon generally, it was a good situation. I love America so much, and there's nothing I want more than to discover all of America. It is the most wonderful place in the world, and I'm gonna stick by that. Like, obviously, you know, France and Italy and Prague, I'm sure, are, like, wonderful places to explore because they have tons of history and just, like, an amazing amount of human interaction involved in every interaction that goes on in each place. But I am a girl from Tacoma, Washington, and I care about America. And even though I'm living in a city that is very close to Canada, I don't give a shit. I want to hear about America. And what I hear about America is that it is wonderful, and what it's doing lately, particularly Washington State. You know, Washington State has been doing wonderful things lately. I'm very proud of the state that I live in. And it's kind of amazing, and it's really surreal that this is happening here and not a lot of other places, especially after all the other places in this country I've driven since the summer, especially after Colorado, since Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee. Those states felt like I needed to have a certain image. And I did not. And I didn't care about it because all I was doing was driving through those cities. But I could feel a certain vibe like when I was passing through Illinois to Indiana. You know, that seems like a major area. I was able to access a certain point of Indiana culture where certain things are not appropriate. For example, okay, we got our puppy in southern Indiana, and so through Illinois, that wasn't important. We got what we needed from Illinois pet stores, and then after that, all that was important was taking care of the puppy. But before we got there, we had to, make sure that we ourselves were drinking the correct amount of water for where we were, and just like minding the temperate climate and the climate changes that happen because you're driving from Washington State to North Carolina, and a lot of climate changes happen between the two. You go to like a very dry, hot point, and then you go to a humid, moderate point, and then you go to a humid, hot point, and then you stay at that humid, hot point for a while, and you just get a new idea about it. Anyway, the United States are beautiful, and I would do anything to keep that reputation in my heart. Except I'm definitely at the very least, taking more night train right now. This is way too much movie for you to watch because it is at like 42:33 seconds. Like 42 minutes, 33 seconds. I don't know why it's 33. Just because it sounds like a thing, and that's, I guess, close enough to 30 that it might not matter. Whatever. Anyway, we're past 42:33, and you're just watching me. And it's just a thing that's happening, and I'm having night train while it happens. That's how much night train is left. I haven't been doing anything. I should probably do something. I'm gonna at least put up a picture of Mount Rainier that I have somewhere. I have to find it. This is the duck that you might find a relation to. We'll see. I have to see if Mount Rainier shows up, I guess. Okay, belt picture going up here. Benjamin Jones! Hey. How's your mezzanine? Duck. Thing. Camera. Here's Mount Rainier. I found it. I'm gonna put it up. I need to find my hammer first, though. Okay, I almost fell over, but instead I found a hammer. So that's good news. Okay, I need to find out about my nails and my nail supply. Time out. Hey, I don't know what's going on. Who knows? Where did those things go? I had an agreement. Time out. Damn it! I hate this. Okay, well here's something. Something that will go along with this. Okay, you're just gonna see me, hammering something, you know, whatever. There's a lot of things going on here. Damn, okay. Everything here happens so fast. Already my rule of like maybe pins have turned into like, yeah, you better get your own information on what's going on with this friction. Damn it! Shut up! Okay. Whatever, Benjamin Jones. All I know is that you're watching me, and that's all you know. And I'm gonna have some more ripe apple. And that means for apples. On apples. I don't even understand what's happening here. But Benjamin, you are what I care about. And over anything else, just know that you. I don't understand anything. I'm about to pee my pants, but I'm just saving it until I finish all the night train so that I can count it as a different part of my experience than, like, talking to you, because you understand in terms of, like, I don't know, different things. Woo! You still don't get the part to be in, which is your main issue. I'm pretty drunk off of that. Here's the deal, Ben. You're the best, and you own whatever you're talking to. But I'm tired of doing this. And I have to pee, so I'm gonna press off. But you're the best, and I adore you, and you mean everything to me. And I love you, Ben Jones. So here you go. Amen.